104.5, the team, your home for New York sports. Now, of course, Tuesday nights, we invade the set of the Upstate Sports Edge on CW15 with our buddy Jason Lewis. And right now, he's nice enough to join us for Section Tuesday. So, Jason, let's start with the big story. Everybody's talking about high school hoops. Amazing performance from the Shannon Shaker girls. How'd that go down?
It was, both games ended a little bit more spread out than you would have thought. Starting with the Shen girls, they only had 2 players back from that state finalist team from a year ago. Nobody thought they would be at this point where they would be in the sectional finals this weekend. They got there. Believe it or not, they held Columbia to just 2 points in the entire fourth quarter, and it was those 2 veterans, Alex Tudor and Cam Tooley, 17 points each, which put them over the top. And Shaker got to the finals by avenging their only Suburban Council loss of the year to Saratoga Springs, and they went off. It was a 13-point win. So they get the avenged loss. Shen goes on, and now that game should be a really, really good one coming up this weekend.
I did not think Levack was going to go that way. How about we talk about Joe Girard III? Over 2,000 points. His team's playing for a Class B sectional title. Still undefeated. Let's talk a little bit about JG3.
Well, last night, he 42 points. Not a bad way to play in the semifinals. But what was more impressive is the fact that Voorheesville pushed them into the break. It was a close game throughout. Second half, JG3 went off. 28 of his 42 came in that second half, and that's when they started to run away. They ended up winning 77-55, but I can tell you that final score was not anywhere near what that game had for us. It was a lot closer than that final.
Is that matchup for the Class B sectional final coming up, the winner of that going to be the favorite to win the state championship?
You know, for some reason, McKeel Christian hasn't gotten the respect all season. They're only 4th in the state rankings in Class B. However, them and Glens Falls are the only 2 teams unbeaten in the state in Class B. So I think if Glens Falls goes on to win, no question will they be the state favorite. However, McKeel Christian, I don't know if they will be. Now, they have the talent to do it, no question about that. But I think they've been the underdog all season when you look in the state range, so it'll be interesting to see where they kind of pan out if they can knock off Glens Falls. But if they can, there's no reason why they shouldn't be.
Now, all right, so the one of the big games coming up is my alma mater, Colony, class of 94, taking out Schenectady. This looks like it could be an amazing matchup.
I think that game, honestly, no disrespect to LaSalle or Bethlehem, but I think that game is going to be the game when it comes to Class AA. Like, the number one game, the top game, the most competitive game. I think whoever wins that game will go on to win sectionals, but it's going to be interesting. Isaiah Mole has been having a great year, obviously. He's one of the top players in that junior class, already offers from Albany and Siena. But Schenectady, there's something about them this year. They started the season with probably one of their better starts in program history. They stumbled a little bit towards the end of the year, but it seems like they've been heating up when the time comes. They're athletic, they're gritty, and if anybody is going to outperform any team, they seem like they have the heart that they could get that done.
Jason Lewis with us, of course. You can catch him tonight grilling us on the Upstate Sports Edge on CW15. But Jason, also, I was getting some work done on my car yesterday, and 2 of the mechanics came to me and went, "You guys ain't mentioned the fact that Union, they're doing pretty good on hockey again this year, have you? You haven't mentioned that, huh? Have you?"
I mean, you can't disrespect the Union hockey team.
No.
They get that first round bye in the ECACs, and it was a little bit of a disappointing weekend for them, though. They finished with 2 ties, so they got a point for each game. So they only got a share of this year's Cleary Cup, which goes to the regular season champ. They needed a win to clinch it by themselves, but they tied Hartford for it. So it's a little bit of a share. So you know that they're going to be going into the ECACs looking to get some revenge, or not revenge per se, but trying to get over that hump and show that they are the best team. Because they tied, Harvard actually gets the number 1 overall seed over them.
Union, one program is going to the NCAA tournament, and that's the basketball team. They hit a shot with less than a minute to go. They defeat my beloved alma mater, the Hobart Statesmen.
Really?
Union's going to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2005. They have a pretty cool story involving their coach in that.
Absolutely. But first, guys, is it still burn a little bit?
It does. I mean, if they blew them out
Only
by
when he
20, I would have been okay. But really, at the end, shot, rival, on the road, it burned a little.
You should be a little bit happy, though, because they did knock off the number 1 overall seed in Skidmore the week before. So you have a little pride in that aspect,
I do,
at least.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, but moving on to the NCAA tournament, it's their first time going to the 2004-2005 season. It was the first time they were even in the final since that year. And the kind of ironic thing is it comes full circle when you look at their head coach, Chris Murphy. Chris Murphy was actually a starting guard on the last title team that they had and their last trip to the NCAA tournament. So he has a little bit of experience there, and when I talked to him earlier last week, he was saying he's not trying to take too much attention away because of that, but he does have that experience, and hopefully he can pass that down on to those younger guys.
Jason Lewis with us, of course, Upstate Sports Edge tonight on the CW15, 10:30. We'll be there, and then, of course, Jason's always nice enough to come join us in our house on Thursdays, also part of the Upstate Sports Edge. Jason, man, we appreciate you taking some time and look forward to joining you this evening.
Absolutely. I'll see you guys later.